It's gotten so much worse. I had no idea that taking a break from everything would almost end my life. I have a bunch of thoughts I would like to share with you guys. I just hope I can make sense of it all. We'll see. I have no idea. So now that I'm parked, because driving kind of makes me super anxious at times, so now I can talk. This kind of feels weird because I honestly thought I was going to take like a 3-month break, basically take a break for the rest of the year and come back in January. And I realized that's not a good idea at all. So I want to just try and paint the picture, because when someone gets to the point where they can't cope with normal stuff anymore, it's because of all these little things that add up. Beginning of this year, I was wanting to approach my life more holistically, back away from modern medicine, and try and eat better and all these different things. And I wasn't even doing YouTube really at that time. I honestly didn't know if I was ever going to do YouTube again. And then my birthday came, and my hubby surprised me with the cutest puppy. If you guys have been subscribed for a little while, you'll know who I'm talking about. And I loved her, and I was so excited and so happy to have her. And then it didn't work out. She ended up being kind of aggressive, and I couldn't train her. The kids would let her bite them, and it was just not working out. So we had to find her a new home. And then around that same time, we were trying to sell our house. Now, if you guys have been subscribed to me for a very long time, at least a couple of years, you'll understand the stress that moving into this house was in of itself. So also my grandma died this year, and that was really, really hard on me because I was very, very, very close to her. So we had gone back and forth about selling the house, keeping the house, selling the house, keeping the house, and finally like, okay, we're going to sell the house. That got very stressful for me because my husband was still working, and so I didn't feel like I had the support that I needed to get things done, because our house was a wreck. It was so cluttered, and because we never officially moved in, there was boxes and just junk, and it was really, really rough. And then when it got time to doing the showings, that was even harder because we only have one vehicle that really is reliable. And so when we had showings, I had to bike with the kids or walk somewhere, and it just got really stressful and really inconvenient. And then the weather got super hot, and I didn't know at the time that I had post-oral orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and so I was just physically not feeling good every time we'd have to leave the house. But then there were some blessings that came, because I was genuinely concerned about my health and what was going on with me, and I was able to find out what I'd been going through, and I was so grateful to know what I am going through. But I was not expecting it to be something that I was going to have to manage and cope with for the rest of my life. And so I have honestly had a really hard time accepting that, on top of trying to manage it. It's just been too much. And so with my lifestyle choices of trying to eat really clean and really healthily, and with our budgeting skills, it became too much. It's a horrible mindset. So I started to eat not quite as healthy, and then with my pot symptoms, I started to feel really sick in the evenings, and so I could not stand there and cook dinner for my kids anymore. And so then we started doing freezer meals, and over the course of these many months, I can look back and see my thoughts degrading. My thoughts about myself, my thoughts about who I am, my thoughts about my capabilities becoming really negative again. And I realized this last night, laying there, trying to decide if life was worth living. And I realized, because the night before, with the help of Trinity, we actually were able to make some dinner, and it felt so good, and it was so delicious, and everyone loved it. So I've noticed that it's the little things that you let slip. You don't need to take a break from these. You need to keep pushing through and doing these things. These things are life-saving. These things are life-saving. So, there are some basic needs that everybody needs to succeed in life. I feel like everyone is susceptible to depression. Depression, I have decided, is not an illness. It is a symptom of underlying illnesses. So the first thing that anybody needs is basic needs met. Your basic needs are food and water, shelter and safety, and love, needing to be accepted and appreciated and valued, and all of those good things. So for myself, I have a really horrible mindset about money. And so when I wanted to eat healthily and I could see these grocery bills adding up, I started to get kind of guilty and did not think it was worth the money to be eating this way. Even though I know I need to be eating this way, I started feeling guilty. So over time, I kind of stopped eating altogether. Right there, my number one basic need is not being met. Now, with shelter being a basic need, there's the talk up in the air of us still needing to sell our house, but we're not able to. And then if we do sell our house, where are we going? Will we be able to keep our animals? Will we have the room that we need for our family? All these different uncertainties are making me really nervous about the shelter situation. Then the basic need of feeling safe. When my negative thoughts start going, they're leading to some dark, dark thoughts, which ultimately, I don't feel safe. Then the need to feel loved. When I or anyone is in that dark of a place, your thoughts are so negative towards yourself. The people around you, you're going to perceive them as not loving you, when that is far from the truth. Far from the truth. Far from the truth. They love you so much, and they don't want you to hurt. They don't want you to be gone. They don't want you to suffer, and they don't want you to go through this. But when you are so negative towards yourself, you literally cannot even accept their love. No matter how much they try, you can't receive it. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much for your love and support, and also encourage you guys, because I have found out there are so many of you guys just being a fly on my channel, and you watch my videos, yet you don't say anything. And one of the reasons I do my channel is to connect and interact with you guys. So I would really, really love it if you guys would comment. And I have decided that I really need to keep doing my channel. I just need to maybe set some limitations and some boundaries so I'm not as stressed or overwhelmed about it. I'm not quite sure yet what that's going to look like. At this point, with me struggling, it's a beautiful day. I've gotten the sleep that I need. Granted, I had to come back to bed after I took the kids to school because I did not get enough sleep. I need to work on hydrating myself. I need to start another journey to self-love and self-discovery so that I can value this vessel that I'm in, my body, enough to fuel it with healthy foods and not starve myself. That I am really nervous about. I do have an appointment with a holistic doctor. Well, she does holistic and modern medicine. And that's not till November 5th, so that's a bummer that it's so far out. So I've decided in the meantime, I need to stop pushing people out of my life. Stop trying to be alone. So with it being Halloween, this used to be, or kind of still is, one of my favorite holidays of the year. I was thinking of dressing up as an older version of me, because when I go like this, you can see all these wrinkles. So I thought about just taking some makeup and following these and making myself look older. Anyways, I need to participate in kids' activities and things that are coming up to celebrate these things. I need to value those things. I need to keep people in my life. So, if you're still watching this video, I am so grateful for you. So grateful for your love and support, and I hope that you will hear from me soon. Often. So I'm gonna go, because this is probably a pretty long video. So I will see you next time, whenever that is. You're amazing. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click here to follow our journey, and click here to watch our last video. We'll see you next time.